Alright. I do believe that I am back. Trying again, this stream might be a little bit shorter than normal. I will just I've changed some settings and hopefully it'll be a little bit less choppy. I've also found that I have got an upload speed of about 2 megabytes a second. But I've hopefully edited some settings that should make it a little bit better as a viewing experience than yesterday, which I know was quite choppy. So anyway, I'm going to be getting into this, playing some unrated rapid games in the 10-minute pool. In the meantime, waiting for anyone to join and send a challenge, which I will be sure to accept. So, just looking for anyone to play at the moment while I'm waiting. It often takes a while to get a game. Okay. Looks like we do have another viewer in the chat. So if you do want a game, then do feel free to leave a message and I will give you a game. Just refreshing. Okay. Right, we now have 3 viewers. Anyone wanting to leave a challenge? Do let me know. Having a bit of a hard time trying to get any game. I might just open it up to anyone rather than -400 because this is just taking too long. Alright, we have got a game 1300 international. Let's open pawn to e4. Pawn to e4, best by test. E5, and I'm going to play knight to f3 this time, rather than trusty bishop c4, which I've been dabbling with a lot. But on knight to c6, let's actually play let's play an Italian, and I'm probably going to go for the Scotch gambit. Let's see how our opponent deals with that. Okay, bishop to c5. You know what? Let's get out the Evans gambit. Let's make Agadmatha proud. They accept with the bish. I'm going to kick you out and probably go for pawn to d4, mainline stuff. On captures, you can castle, and that is generally how you would treat the position. Alright, captures, let's castle. And if you take again, you can run into some trouble. I don't exactly remember, but I think on captures it's like queen b3 or something. Going after this pawn. Got a lot of similarities with the Danish gambit. And like I said, I am keeping an eye on the chat, so if anyone does want a game, feel free to let me know, and I will accept your challenge. Just leave your chess.com username in the chat, and as soon as I'm done with this game, I will send a challenge. Also, preferably, I'll be playing a 3-minute. I'm going to kick that horse. Playing 3-minute, 2-second increment. I think that's probably the best time control in order to get through games and not keep people waiting if there is decent demand for games. So e5, I think d5 might make sense to go after my bishop, but maybe like e5, d5 takes, rook e1 could get a little sketchy. Don't really know. Equally bishop b5 to hit the horse. Might make sense. Let's go bishop to b5. Try and get this horse to have to move. and then I can always recapture, get the big center, and should be a decent position either way. It is an Evans Gambit, so you know, can't go too wrong there. So like, I don't know, knight e5. I can also take with the knight, put some pressure here. Bishop goes to d7, maybe queen g4. I think I'm just going to play it simple though. I'm just going to take it like this. Get my bishop to a3 maybe. Like so. Hit the rook from afar. Get the rook to move over here. Then I can develop my knight and try to harass this horse in the center. Okay, let's develop the knight. Maybe I'll end up taking it at some point. Maybe I won't. Okay. They decide to take me. My knight is now free to jump, do what it will. I'm gonna go, I think, to b3, hit their bishop, and maybe I can start playing f4, f5. Bring my rooks to something. I might start playing on the queen side actually. That looks pretty good. Okay. I do see another person has joined. Like I said, if you would like a game, then do leave a chat message and with your chess.com username, and I will accept it right after this game. Okay, maybe knight c5. Let's go after this bishop here, and then I can try and get some pressure on the c file. And that seems like a pretty decent plan. Okay. So we're kind of just going to have to wait and see what they do. Don't really know. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I have a bit. I'm not currently on that platform. Okay, I'm gonna play. So they're giving me the bishops. Very good. And that's actually just a tactic that wins a pawn. So I'm not playing particularly well. If this is your chance, you know. If you want to beat me right now, I'm in bad form. So you can definitely come along and give that a go. Hello, Big Chonka. If you want to leave your username, we can absolutely get a game. I do think there's currently a delay of like 2 to 3 minutes. So if that might be taking you guys a second, I will be responding as soon as I do see your message. But unfortunately, it does take a second. This looks really bad. I can't lie. I'm gonna put my bishop back and try and push this a pawn, but I might be about to lose for 1300. That's pretty sad. Okay, whatever. Just move the rook. Probably b6, bishop b4. I don't know. All right. We have now got 6 viewers. Yeah, I do apologize that the delay is quite a lot, but that's mostly because my my 2 megabit upload just can't really, was it megabyte? I don't know. Can't really deal with live and low latency. Um, so yeah, your username is Decelerated Dragon Gambit. You know what? I think I'll offer this guy a draw, and I'll try and find that username. He accepts the draw. Wow, that is desperate. He accepts the draw in -3 position. All right, I will send you a challenge. Ah, another Swedish viewer. Joined 15 days ago. Well, well, well. All right. I'm sending you a 3-minute, 2-second increment challenge, playing with either color randomly. So I'm gonna try and, in terms of the game, I'll try and point out what was going on, do a bit of analysis after the game as well, and I'll try and give you some potential tips on what you could do next time slightly better. Okay, so we have a game. I'm going to open pawn to e4. And let's see what you're going to come up with. Okay, Scandi. I love that. It's fine, it's fine. You don't know what to play, it's okay. We're all learning together. I'm gonna play this move to hit your queen. Queen a5 is good. I'm gonna play the main line, pawn d4. Point being that I just want to take a little bit of center space. c6, another good move. Now your queen has the retreat square on c7. So this is all very good so far. I'm going to develop. Yeah, I'm just going to get a knight out. Bishop g4 might be a decent move, but I'll play h3. And often people fall into a trap with queen h4. But on queen h4, you can actually take that guy. So, okay, g6 is another decent idea. Trying to get the bishop out to the d4 square. My stream's buffering a lot? Yeah. Maybe not as much as yesterday. It was pretty bad yesterday, but issue is you can't really do a whole lot when your upload speed is like two megabytes. Sent me a friend request. Alright. I got you. Wow, yeah, okay. So they're playing pretty fast. I'm also getting pretty distracted. I gotta move something. Okay. I'm just gonna get the bishop out, e2, whatever, just castle my king. It doesn't really matter. Priority bishop g7 castles, knight f6. Maybe I'll go bishop e3. e5 right away. I think that's a mistake. Because now the problem is, if you want to take that, you're going to give me your bish. And you don't want to get down with the bish. That is high risk. This can't be live. I'm sorry. I think there's like a 10-minute delay or something. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm trying to win a queen here. Okay. Bishop g5, and I can potentially take. I'm gonna play bishop to bishop g4. If knight comes to e7, I can develop my bishop, and I will be able to put some pretty serious pressure on your king. Okay. The bishops are kind of putting you in a little bit of trouble here. I would say, yeah, everything was going well until pawn e5. Pawn e5 was pretty serious inaccuracy. But all the play was great up until then. But the problem is that now that you're lacking a bit in development, which is why I don't really think the Scandi is necessarily the best opening choice for newer players. But it's certainly not bad. It's certainly not bad. Okay, so queen e1 does threaten a mate in two. I can also grab this bishop here. I think taking the bishop's probably the easiest move. Oh no, have I disconnected? Wow, that is a scary profile. Evans, whatever. Avinash Bitu. That is a horrifying profile. I'm not really sure that I want to accept that, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to show it on the stream, but that is scary. Okay. I can deliver a check like this, forcing the king up, and then I can deliver this check here. And if the king goes back, that's mate. And if the king goes here, then this is mate. So that looks like a GG. Okay. Monseigneur Avanash Bitu, I will send you a challenge. Good game. We will take a quick analysis at this game first. Just some things I would like to point out. First of all, I would probably avoid playing the Scandinavian in general, but if you're going to play it, you were playing mostly fine moves. Apparently, I was meant to play h3. Don't really know. It stops your bishop coming out. But I think this is not bad. This is all good. But yeah, the issue is you kind of just had to develop the knight. Yeah, I got your username. You got to develop the knight and then try and castle the king to get out of trouble. And after that, after you gave me the dark squared bishop, which is meant to be your power piece here on g7, things started going a little bit wrong with rook e1, and the attack just comes pretty fast, and it's really hard to play, and that's why your king got in a little bit of trouble because your pieces didn't get a good chance to develop, and you opened up the center. So importantly, e5 was not ideal because your bishop either gets lost or you open up the center while I've castled, which means my rook can easily get to the e file. So if you want to try and avoid doing that and you want to try and like have castling be top priority, get the knight out, get your king castled, and then at some point, yes, you can play pawn to e5. But definitely not a bad game. I do thank you for the challenge, and I will move on to the next guy. So Avinash Bitti. I will send you a challenge for 3-2. Alright. Pawn to e4. I don't know why I keep getting white, to be honest. Knight c6. Knight c6 it was already either a mistake if you don't know what you're doing, or can be a good system if you do know what you're doing. The way you're meant to play this is with like e6 and d6. D5 is also valid as well. I'm gonna advance this guy here. And okay, e6 is a small mistake. You want to be getting the bishop out. If you're gonna play like this kind of system with these pawns like this, and your knight in front of the c pawn, you want to be getting your bishop out first before you block it in. Now basically I just kind of have, we got a French structure, except you don't have the pawn break that you want to play. But yeah, so I guess I can play for c3, bishop d3, and just play like a standard Frenchy kind of position. f6 is a good move though. f6 is trying to strike back at my center. I think I'm just going to play bishop d3 though. It is sufficiently protected. I can go queen e2 if I want. Okay, this looks like a little bit of a mistake because you've given me up the g6 square. So I'm going to check you, and at the very least, your king is going up here and is a little bit discoordinated. I could even play a move like b3 to get my bishop quickly into the attack here on your king. And in fact, I do think that looks like it is checkmate in 3. Sorry about that. Your knight has to block, and then you go c5, and then I will take that too. So it was a bit of an unfortunate game. You kind of got in some opening trouble. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if the other guy, Big Chonka, I don't know if you want another game as well. But I will probably accept this rematch for the time being. Okay, we get e3, which is a little bit passive. Generally, you want to try and take, put your pawns right in the center. Okay, knight e2. Are we gonna see a cow? Is it cow time? No. Said we're gonna play this. I don't really know what these positions are. Generally, you want to play something more mainstream. I would think. But because black, you're just giving me a space advantage. These pieces are a bit tangled up. I would say probably in future just try and play something that's a bit more mainstream, because you're just playing like French structures, like this, which isn't bad in of itself, but and also giving these checks just to improve my pawn is generally not the best idea. And now if you castle, I might even play like h5, and then you're going to run into some Greek gifts ideas. So I'm actually just going to play my pawn up to h5, and castling's now really risky. And okay, you've given me a hook as well, that I can potentially plant my knight in. I'm just going to put my knight on this hook square, and that is also a very high risk move. It's not necessarily a bad move. I don't know. Like if I take with the pawn, you'll probably go for this. But I'm going to take with the pawn, because if you do go for this, then I've got g5. And I'm going to start breaking away at this position here. Definitely trying to lock things down. I do respect that. Although I think you're just playing a little bit fast, because my pieces are getting into the game. Your knight doesn't have access. Whoa, these moves are they're coming so fast. Yeah, probably just a little bit fast. I don't really know what to say other than that. I don't even know really how to deal with this position, but I guess c4, if you want to try and break out, makes the most sense, probably. I'm just gonna try and develop my last pieces, castle my king, and bring the rook over. Is actually not playing too badly. Your position's alright, to be honest. And I guess I can try and get this rook over here. Yeah, the position's actually surprisingly like not that bad for white. I probably had like a better approach. I should have taken with the bishop or something maybe. Or maybe not even playing knight g5 at all. Like this, he's just refusing the castle, which I can get behind the never castle, never surrender. But okay, I'm gonna try and get my knight out of this so that I can get my rook in and get the pieces involved. That seems like prime time for the M peasant rule. If you don't know about en passant, and it does look like I just cheated, but basically the rule is that if you move your pawn 2 squares and it is adjacent, then I will take that guy. So okay, let's get my knight in, try and put some pressure on these guys. Okay, I'm going to continue to jump the horse in and unleash the bish on this pawn. And the main problem is that I've got Connect 5. So, the Connect 4 games are definitely doing pretty well. Hello there, Surf. Would you like another game, my friend? I might actually try and reply in the chats. Yeah. It's tough. Okay, I'm gonna take this pawn here. Whoops. Let's unpin and trade a little bit. I'm up 3 pawns, so that should be good enough to get the job done. Okay, because I've got like such a stream delay, I'm probably gonna try and be talking in the chat at the same time. Okay, there's quite a bit of delay. I don't know if Big Chunker is still in the chat. Okay. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna flag. I've just been sending messages. Uh-oh. Okay, it's time to start pushing. That's saved by 2-second increment for sure. Okay, whatever. Let's push, and get these pawns down the board, down the line, cross court, backhand. You know what I'm saying. I can't believe. So okay, right now it's still playing analysis from my game against Big Chunk. In fact, it's still just the live game. I don't even know how much delay that is. It's too much. It's too much. I'll have to. I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest. Just send a request whenever. You're muting again. I'm not quite ready. Sorry. Oh my goodness! I almost just flagged. I gotta move. Okay. Bring in the king. Okay. So I've got a couple pre-moves in, so I shouldn't lose on time at least. No problemo. This game shouldn't go on for too much longer, but definitely GG's to Avibit, if that's what you'd rather be called, or I'm not really sure what your preferred username to go by is. Okay, I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to reposition my knight here, and try to start pushing these pawns up the board, something like this. Okay, get the pawns rolling, and that is an unstoppable checkmate. Good game. We can run a quick analysis, although I think most of what I wanted to say I said during the game. My main issue with this is probably just the opening, which is that you're giving me too much space in the center with these positions, and it's just really difficult for your pieces to coordinate and develop properly with this kind of space disadvantage. Also, yeah, try not to give checks unnecessarily when they can be blocked by a pawn, and it improves my position. And other than that, I mean, it was defended pretty well, to be fair. You kept the position closed, but en passant, always en passant, yeah, that is difficult. The dirty en passant rule, the damn French. They keep introducing new rules that we don't know about. Just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Typical behavior. Okay. Okay. I am trying to remember the name. Oh yeah, it was Macronomics was the other guy. I will be sending you the 3-2 challenge. I think we're gonna try and play 5 minute actually. I think. Oh wait. You are sending me a 10-minute challenge. I have been playing the other people in 3-2, and I think that's probably the format I'm going to be doing, just so that I can get around to as many people as possible. Otherwise, it's not necessary. It's a bit harder to give everyone a chance. Okay, I'm going to start playing Carrier Khan. Alright, so I'll try and send you a 3+2 challenge, or if you send me a 3+2 challenge. For some reason it's saying that I am unable to send challenges. Hi boy, which country? I'm UK. Okay. Got you. I will be receiving the challenge. Can anyone challenge me above 1000 is good? Yeah, I mean, if you can find someone else in the chat, that'd be great. Okay, Macronomics, I've got your challenge. Let's go. Oh, okay. I mean, it wasn't meant to be rated, but whatever. Putting a lot on the line in this game. Rated 3-minute game. I have been tricked. A little bit of a scam. It's fine. I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. But okay, whatever. Let's play an open. A6. I'm gonna go knight c3. Queen c7. Let's go bishop to d3. Castles is what I'll go for. Bishop d6, I think, is the main move. I'm just going to castle the king. Bishop d6, now I can go f4. Instead, we see this move. I'm going to play bishop d2. Just guard that pawn. All right. I'm going to move my king over so that I can freely move these pawns and won't run into an annoying pin or something with bishop c5. Okay, I'm going to snag that, and I'm going to try and push these pawns. This knight on d4 isn't really a great piece for me, so I'm not too bothered about trading it off. So let's play for these pawn pushes in the center. Clearly my opponent has been keeping up to date with the game that I lost yesterday, trying to replicate some of that magic. If he does, no, pawn d6 was pretty dangerous. Okay, so I'm gonna push this pawn forward, send in the pawns. I do think that knight e4 was the best move, and I will play for pawn to c4, and maybe a3 c4, try and kick you out. We've actually got a very similar position to the one that I did have yesterday. Very similar. Okay, I'm gonna play a3 and c4. And then some kind of attack with the queen coming in. Let's play c4. Kick that knight. And maybe I can go queen c2 on knight b6 and try and get some kind of attack. Or I might just develop the rook over to the c file to guard this guy. And from there I can bring in the queen. If g6, queen h6. Okay. So we're gonna have to wait and see. This is the trouble with Blitz, is that you kind of just have to make a move sometimes. I think this is a small mistake maybe, but then there's this guy, so I don't know, maybe it's interesting. Also, you could be running into some problems here. Something like here takes knight g5. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna take that. Maybe I'll go like bishop back or something. Or bishop to e. I think I'm going to go bishop to e3, enforcing this c5 threat, and now also threatening knight takes d6, bishop takes h7, king takes, and winning the queen. So just laying a couple traps down. I don't really know. I think this is probably better for white, but it's a little bit tricky. So yeah, the tactics are happening. Going for knight takes and bishop h7. Yeah, so they did see it, which is good. At least they're not losing right away, but I am going to take another pawn. And unfortunately, you can't play rook c8 because that's covered by the knight. I think I'm going to play b4, just trying to guard the position. And yeah, sorry about the flag. I can understand that it is difficult to play blitz with not very much time, but definitely GG. I will go back and see if Big Chonka wants another game. Yeah. So what was his name? Decelerated Dragon. I will send you. Yeah. Whoops. Whatever. It's probably easier for me to send messages on this anyway. Okay. It's 3 plus 2. Got you, got you. I'm gonna go for the c6. This is actually a very good weapon. I do recommend the accelerated dragon with black. So definitely playing it with white makes a lot of sense. I'm playing this Alpin style with the white pieces, which I think is quite reasonable. In terms of playing d3, it does seem to allow this pawn push to attack the horse in the center. And on the knight going here, I can capture it. And if you capture with the bishop, I can already get a lot of space with this f-pawn. My bishop can come out with check, and maybe I can get some trades. And just in most endgames, I think it's just a little bit more comfortable for black. And if you take with the pawn, then that's not good, because you'll be blocking in your bishop and isolating this c4 pawn. Okay, so that was, yeah, so like this capture's not ideal. And now the problem is the f5 is going to come, and then I'm going to try and break open the position. E3, I wouldn't recommend opening the center while the position is so dangerous. But at the same time, maybe it's a good move because you can take with the bishop and then the queen's defended. So it actually does make a good bit of sense. I think I might actually play a move like pawn c5, reinforcing this pawn here. And then I have got the natural development square for my knight, which is nice. And I can try and play f5 and maybe take. So we can develop. And now this pawn is guarded in the center. Okay. I think I'm going to play f5, try and break open the position. This it is once again, it's a difficult position to play like this. I'd say really it's all gone quite difficult after taking on e4 already. And then after this check, you're better off trying to block with the bishop rather than moving the king, because you want to be able to develop your knight and castle in one move rather than end up in a position where your king is on f1, I've castled, and now my rook's going to be lined up with your king, and things could get quite dangerous with my bishop coming out here, and I can immediately get a pin, and I'm threatening all kinds of nasty stuff to try and win this game. Okay, I'm going to go for this pin here. I have h3, then I guess I can take and then try and get my queen in. Probably king g2, but king g2 I have pawn to e4, sacrificing, and this is a checkmate here on the f2 square. And it's really difficult to try and get out of this. That's the problem with being so behind in development. You often run into some checkmates. I do realize that I forgot to take a proper look at the macronomics game. I'll run a quick analysis of that one. Let's take a look. So it wasn't the best played game by me either. But let's say this position. Okay, these were all reasonable moves apparently. And so yeah, I don't really enjoy these kind of positions for black with these like backwards, not the backwards pawn, but like this kind of backwards pawn triangle thing. The reason is that this light squared bishop always just has a hard time developing, and I think there are definitely easier Sicilians that you could be learning than like the Khan or the Taimanov. But yeah, also apparently, what, pawn c4? Pawn c4 wins for me, supposedly. Oh, because knight f6 takes, wow, bishop h7, sack everything. Queen h5, king g8, and rook f3. Do you even rook lift? And that is checkmate, because this pawn can't even move. Wow, that would have been horrible. But yeah, after bishop to e3, a lot of tactics was set up. Still knight f6 is apparently just a KO. I was missing this idea completely. I wasn't aware that knight f6 is so strong. I guess I'll keep that in mind next time. But this position's just really hard to play, like, because you're behind so much in development. Like the